afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, folks. Today is Thursday, the 18th of September, and boy, September is already flying. Looks like we went from summer to fall in like 2 weeks, right? It just went crazy. It's Toxic Thursday. Me and Carol Brandolino are with you guys today, folks. First of all, check the website, TonyOceanMedia.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show dedicated to the first responders, the men and women in the military, and let's not forget our veterans who fought for our country, but mostly it's dedicated to people like you. We got Carol with us today as my co-host. Also, we got a friend of ours, of course, Tommy McIntosh, who's running for state senate, folks, in the 33rd district, which, like I said, a lot of my demographic and people who watch this show are part of that. He's got some interesting stuff to say, and a very intelligent guy, good guy. It's very cool if he gets in office and does the good work that he's trying to do. And you'll hear more from him at mid through the show, folks. So it's Ocean's Pit. Let's get right to it. Showtime. Let's go. Oh boy, it's Thursday. It's Toxic. Carol Brandolino's in the house. Carol, how are you doing? What's going on? And where are you at? Are you still on the south side of Chicago over there?
I'm in downtown Joliet, conference room 2. Sun is shining. I feel good today. I feel like my grant is due in a day and a half. And let me tell you, this is like, do I have a job or not after this? So I am like a college student before like finals. And I've waited not that I've waited to the last minute to do it, but everything has to be done and ready. So I'm like on high, but it's good high. You know, I'm being productive.
Wait a minute. You just fill this out. You just fill it out. And hopefully the grant comes through. Is that how it works?
It's not just fill it out. I mean, it's a 27-page grant. It's grant writing. So we have a grant writer, and I'm working together with her. But you have to write data and what you're going to do with the money if you're going to get it, because it's a 3-year competitive grant, the one I oversee. So this was this past year, FY25 was the last year. So now the next one, hopefully, will go for 3 more years. But because of everything going with the government and the freezes and just rebuilding the foundations of a lot of these grants that were unfortunately mismanaged in a lot of ways and abused. This is the first time I'm actually doing this, the competitive part for the 3 years. So I'm in uncharted territory. It's a lot, but I was thinking earlier, I had my music on, blasting in my office, my little coffee and snacks. And I was like, I felt like I was back in college, like right before the big final exam. So I'm just going to keep a positive outlook on it because it's coming along and I'm feeling good about it. So keep me in your prayers because I need my job.
All right, we'll do it, folks. Make sure you all hear that, folks. Keep Carol in the prayers for that grant to go through. And let's speak about something that's going to go through, of course, our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods, folks. That's right. 50% off Weber Spirit Grills and Traveler Grills. 100% off Weber Genesis Grills. Get 25% off any regular priced item under $50 or $12.50 off any regular priced item over $50. And a free $10 coupon when you purchase a $50 coupon. You can't beat that, folks. And if you got those grub worms coming right now, folks, in those backyards and the roots of your grass, the JRC group, they can stop them at their tracks. Give them a dousing of the Broad Advanced Grub Killer Plus. Available at all 7 locations. Kills grubs in just 24 hours with our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. So now we're working on a brand new jingle. It's going to be a nationwide new jingle for Ace Hardware. We're working on that. I'm going to record it. We're going to record it. Raffaella wrote it, and it's going to be kind of interesting. we'll see that. Yeah, that'll be kind of cool. All right. So before we get into anything, I got to put a shout out to Almost Home Foundation for Dogs. Yesterday's event, Carol, for the dogs and cats. Almost Home Foundation is a shelter on Irving Park Road in Schaumburg, and I've been associated with this organization for many years. A proud dog walker and a dog owners. But they had it at Kelsey's Roadhouse, which is a beautiful place. It looks like a small little Ravinia. It was very
really
cool.
pretty.
They raised a lot of money. They gave away gift baskets. Yeah, it was cool. And I need to thank Patrice and Jerry Maselli, Cousin Tommy, Carlo, Donnie Morrison, Robert the General, and everybody that came up. The Tito's was there, handing out booze, of course, and Ace Hardware, of course. It was a great cause. And, of course, Kelly Kane and her crew and volunteers did an incredible job. And Double T, Tony Toto, thank you so much. Also, I want to thank Nick and Phyllis Sahajas, who was on the show yesterday, live from, and it's amazing. Carol said before the show went on, we had no technical difficulties, but I do believe, guys, they also were on their phone. They were on their phone. They weren't on a laptop, so I don't know what.
Okay.
Today, everything is working good.
We're going to figure it out.
I think we got it. I think if I go in and start it a little earlier, warm it all up, I think instead of rushing into it, and I think it's been working, fingers crossed, today. So anyway, they were live from Abbey Road Studios, the world-renowned Abbey Road Studios, where the Beatles recorded all their biggest hits. And, of course, they met Giles Martin, which is the son of the great Sir George Martin, and Nick is recording some original material. They also did 2 Beatles songs, and it's also their 42nd wedding anniversary to Nick and Phyllis Sahajas. If they're listening out there, very, very cool, man.
Happy anniversary. Listen, real quick, I want to say something about them. Watching them yesterday, you know me, I'm a sappy, person when it comes to certain things.
Until it comes to love songs, then you're not love songs. Yeah.
So but you know what? I love their relationship. I do love their relationship so much. And after 42 years, I couldn't believe it was 42 years. She is I just love seeing how in love she is, how proud she is of him. And they just have such a beautiful marriage. And I think it's just it motivates me, and it gives me hope because, I think it's just so beautiful. So I wish them a happy anniversary and 100 more because they're just great together, and they're just
they do everything together, and they're very good at what they do. They complement each other, and they do a great job with that, which is very, very cool.
Yes.
So happy 42 years, but that was cool being in Abbey Road. I seen pictures, but they were actually got a chance to get in there, so that worked out really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple big stories we're going to get to. First of all, 3 stories. Another shooting in Berwyn.
Oh.
Carol, another shooting in Berwyn, 3 dead. And again, we have to go to our Governor Pritzker. There's no crime. There's no crime here. Our crime is not high here in the state of Illinois. Shootings, and this is in Berwyn. 3 dead, I think, so far, that what we read. It just, it seems like, I don't know if people believe some of this crap. I don't know, Carol. What's your thoughts?
You have to talk to the people who are living, people that don't believe in it. I don't know how they don't believe it. If they watch the news, you have to believe it. But if you're living, they have to talk to the people living in the neighborhoods. No, it's not happening rampantly and as violently as, it is in Chicago, Berwyn. One of my close friends' niece lives across the street from that school. That was happening. So she posted what was going on. She was worried about her daughters. So this is right there smack dab in their neighborhood. So this is where a lot of these people are starting to realize, no, this is happening. We're living in it. They have to talk to the people in the neighborhoods and start getting their voices out there. But also these are the people that need to be, really, I don't know, we have to get them the information they need in the inner city about voting and their constituents and the people that are running. Like maybe people just need to get out there more, on foot, like they used to do more, and start talking to these people and seeing what they really need. And they can get to meet these people before they vote for them. I think going door to door is probably the single most important thing when you're campaigning. I really do, because you're not going to get the people that are living it, that are really affected by it, the bad. Do you know what I mean?
I agree 100%. And, like I said, if it's a lot of people out of sight, out of mind, if it's not in my neighborhood, what do I care?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Or it's in the city, let them guys all shoot themselves or whatever it is. I mean, you hear people talk like that. But again, our prayers out to the school in Berwyn. It was actually another school and some people and the families, just brutal as it is. On the other note, a couple good news, I guess, for you Chicago Cub fans. They clinched the playoffs. The Cubs will be in the playoffs. They have not been in the playoffs since 2020. To me, I really don't give a shit. I'm not a Cubs fan or a Sox fan. But, hey, it's good for Chicago. It's good for the city. It will bring in more violence and more stuff when whatever.
You're such an optimist. You're such an optimist.
Yeah, absolutely. And get this, Carol, 6 days till fall, 45 days to Halloween, 72 days till Thanksgiving, and 100 days till Christmas.
Christmas stresses me out nowadays, and I hate it. I don't want to feel like I'm not looking forward to it. And I don't feel like I'm looking forward. And I think it's because the emphasis is way too much put on the shopping and the spending money. And honestly,
I agree.
It just can't be that. I can't be that anymore. The money's just not there. And I think kids need to be shown how important it is just that you're with your family and do something fun. Because I keep telling my kids, it's all about the experience. Like I want to do experiences. They're not cheap. Experiences are expensive. Okay.
No, they are not.
Weekend
even you take your family over there to Chris Kringle Mark downtown, or they have a bunch of different ones. I mean, it's a nice experience. It's nice for the family. Everybody has a good time.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So good point. Good point on that. Carol, another thing here that's crazy. The Emmys. It's funny. The Emmys, of course, did no moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. But Stephen Colbert got 3 Emmys, even though the show was canceled. Speaking of canceled, another thing, let this, guys. Now, here, look, I don't want to I don't want to sound like I'm one-sided and not the other-sided, but let's just put it this way. In football, there's 4 NFL teams that show no silence to the death the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Of course, we're talking about the Indianapolis Colts. We're talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. We're talking about the Detroit Lions. And we're talking about the Baltimore Ravens. Now, here's the thing that gets me. If they're going to do it for one, they should do it for another, because they all took a knee for George Floyd. They all did something for George Floyd. Okay? No matter what side of the fence they're on, no matter what it is, it's still 2 people that were killed.
Right.
One was assassinated. One was killed by a police officer.
Yeah.
So, right. Whatever I'm trying to say. So they're taking a lot of slack. The NFL is taking a lot of slack for this. The great news again, Jimmy Kimmel gone from late night television.
Yeah. Indefinitely, which means
Jimmy
he might not come back
indefinitely.
Out. Yeah,
indefinitely. It's wow. Howard Stern gone. One of the major problems. Stephen Colbert, whether they got rid of him because the company wasn't making any money, his show wasn't making money, and now Jimmy Kimmel gone. I have some Jimmy Fallon. You better watch that mouth of yours, buddy, because you're next on that list. But what gets me is, Carol, why is The View still on television?
I thought I really thought that was canceled. I thought I read it, but again, you just don't know what source you're getting it from. I really thought they were done. I don't know why they're still on. I really don't. And I'm surprised they haven't opened their mouths yet to screw themselves up. I haven't heard anything, at least. I don't watch it. But with Jimmy Kimmel, I'm not sad. He deserved this 1,000%. What I'm sad about is I loved him when he started. He was great. It was funny. Like, he was doing what he was supposed to be doing. He was very talented, smart. He started very small and worked his way up. into this great, great show. And then he just ruined it. He ruined it. And this is before, for me, the Trump stuff and everything. Like, well, it started a lot with the Trump stuff. And then, you know what? It's like a business owner. You got to be real careful not to take sides. You should be, because you got millions and millions of viewers. They're not all going to align with you and your politics. And you're completely alienating the other people.
Look, and guys, I know what I did. Listen, you're absolutely right, Carol. I know what I did on my end, and I'm small. Mm-hmm. I know what I lost on my end, and I'm small. Mm-hmm. But when you're watching, and we have millions and millions of people watching you, when you lose half of those people, it's a big, big loss. Yep. And it's not like we're just ranting here. That he's gone. He's gone, and it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
He's gone. Mm-hmm. I feel bad for? I feel bad for some of the people that work for him. Some of the writers and some of the people that maybe just, or I don't know, or if they were on his side, or he did. I'm sure because he used to write too, so I'm sure he writes a lot of this stuff too. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But I'm happy, and I think the reason why Fallon is still decent, because just like Gutman, whatever he said, Gutfeld. At least he said that Fallon will debate with you. He'll at least talk to you about it. And I think that's a good point.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't want to go up against Gutfeld. I'm telling you, the guy's he used to annoy me, but like a lot of the things he says, he's very passionate. And I think he's correct on a lot of the things. He says it like it is. And I like the more blunt speaking people. Fallon, I do like him too. I think he's extremely talented, but stick to what you're getting paid for. It's not, opinions, there's a place for them a little bit, I think, in their shows, because it's a comedy and, informational and stuff, but you're stay in your lane. From what I've been told with certain things, stay in your lane and do what you're getting paid for. And people want to laugh and enjoy themselves. Yes, you can make jokes about people to a point. No one, is saying don't joke about, Hollywood and your presidents and stuff like that, but they could be better jokes. If you're that good, you don't have to go for the jugular, okay? And have these mean-spirited, hateful jokes. It's different.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And look, and I need to learn that lesson myself. When the Trump was running for president, me with the Trump train, a lot of people were pissed at that. Trump train doesn't happen much now because he's already president, so we don't need to push it anymore. But what I know what you're trying to say is, I totally, and I know that sometimes these feelings, people inside just feel like they have to say something. Just like when people will say something negative about this show or about me, they have to do it. And that's why I said I bring on anybody that wants to say anything. That's what you're supposed to do. Debate, talk, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We all have an opinion. This is what it is. Sometimes they're a little cool, but hey. Now here's something that's really gonna, and before we bring up again, like I said, our guest will be coming on very shortly. Tommy McIntosh is running for state senate for the 33rd district. So I can't wait to see what Tommy has to say.
Yeah.
But here's something I think I sent you guys. I know I sent you, Mary, a couple of them, but Jeff Hunt. I sent it to a Richie from 7th Heaven. Supposedly after the shooting, my friend Katie was on social media, Amazon, ordering something, and she sees a book that was out called The Shooting of Charlie Kirk on Amazon. It was released by Anastasia J. Casey, is the one who wrote this book. Supposedly this book came out on the 9th of September.
The day before he was shot?
The day before he was shot. After people went to look for the book, automatically it was gone from Amazon.
This so somebody saw it? Somebody saw it?
That's how I got the information. Someone that I know personally on her page posted it and said, "What the hell is this?" And that's where I got the information from before I sent it to somebody else. And then someone said they looked it up. Mary, I think maybe from NTD Vacation, looked it up and said it's not on Amazon anymore.
Are you sure it wasn't AI? Somebody didn't it was an AI created thing and they sent it to your friend? Maybe.
Could have. I just seen it off her post. But what I'm trying to say is it's just that what is it with these people? Right? Whether it is or isn't, why would you do something like that?
They're sick.
You guys do remember, let's go back to the Kennedy assassination. If you look at your facts, Russia and other countries knew he was dead before the United States did. according to their newspaper.
I just hope things come out that need to come out regarding the shooting. Like, you just can't trust anything anymore. There's so many people out there saying so many things. Yeah. That Candace Owens, I've always liked her. I like her because she's intelligent. I like her because she speaks in layman terms. She kind of puts it out there very, I don't know. And she also backs it up with facts. She does her research, or her crew does their research. And, I love what she does. And I don't know, he was a very good friend of hers, Charlie Kirk. They came up together, and she is really pushing it. And she has little kids. I mean, she's got to be careful because they're going to try and silence her too. She was really trying to investigate what is going on, what happened, and where it started, and how many people know. You know what I mean? And I watch her. I try to get some information from her. And then, of course, like Dan Bongino and, the Cash Patel, all these people that, you're getting the right information from
information. Well, it depends who you ask, because when you ask these people, the people on the other side will say that these guys got all their facts wrong, that Candace Owens is wrong and Don Bongino is wrong. So we might think it's the facts because we like them and follow them. But according to the other side, they're all bullshit. I mean, right? I mean, you see it happen all the time.
Isn't he the director of the FBI? I mean, he's actually in a position, but they don't trust anything because they don't trust this administration. So they're always going to say no, 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 I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Candace is, I can barely see that.
Anti-Semite.
Avowed?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know that. I've not heard that, but so I'm not going to speak either, Ellie. I do like the way she researches the topics that she is talking about, and backs it up, her opinion sometimes with facts. And then sometimes when it's her opinion, she says, this is just my opinion. So fair, not trying to put facts out there.
When you say it's just your opinion, like I say, a lot of stuff I'll come out with, I'll say it's my opinion. And I think, it is what it is. People think I'm a little whack job, but I know we opened for Candace Owens last year. We met the lady. We heard her talk for like 45 minutes to a sold out, all police officers in Champaign. She had a lot of good things to say, but then you know what? I don't follow her. I don't read her all the time. So I don't know. So I know what you're saying. You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Carol Brandolino's with us, folks. Toxic Thursday. Tommy McIntosh coming on in about 10 minutes or so. He's running for state senate of the 33rd district. So let's get a little quick sponsor. And folks, and we're talking about our good friend, Mary Grievous. We're just talking about her for real estate at its finest. Don't just call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. Mary Grievous at starkre.com, Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. Give her a call at 630-688-1725. And then when you're talking about Mary with real estate, we're pushing the Chicago Music Cruise, and a couple more people just bought tickets yesterday or passaging. So I'm excited about that. MSC World America, January 17th to the 25th, 7-night Western Caribbean cruise, Miami, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, and Ocean Cay. It's Tony Ocean in the main event band. And of course, we're talking about Seventh Heaven. It's going to be good. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com, put in Tony O, or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725. And say you want to go on the ocean with Ocean. Carol Brandolino is with us, folks. Interesting stuff, everything that's going on. Also, we got the Columbus Day Parade real fast to let you guys know about, which Ronnie made a post. Commanders, hosts of the parade, the legendary Frankie Avalon and Chaz Palminteri are the two guys. It's going to be great. We get to hang with Chaz and everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that will be cool. I met them gentlemen a couple of times before. I met him in New York once, and I met him again over here in Des Plaines or St. Charles with Ron Haddon when he did the one-man play.
Oh, yeah.
Great guy.
I can't wait. I hope I get to meet him.
It's going to be cool. And busy week, folks. Again, Saturday we'll be at the Getaway in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Our last time for performing Lake Geneva for the season, as it is. That's 6 to 9 at the French Country Inn. And Sunday, me and Bill Sortella will be at the Kenosha Italian Fest in Kenosha, Wisconsin, right on the waterfront. That's from 4 to 6 this Sunday. So it will be kind of cool. So we got, Carol, I'm excited to see what Tommy's got to say.
Me too.
And another thing I was going to ask is like, why would somebody at this time why would even somebody want to get involved?
That was one of my questions in this political climate. Why would you do it? But you have to really be passionate about it, And so, yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that.
And I even went back to even when Donald Trump, whether you like him or not, here's a guy that did not need to run for president of the United States. He's rich. He can do anything. He could have his own podcast. He could whatever he wanted. And the minute he ran for president, he got attacked from his family, him, boom, boom, boom. And I guess that happens with anybody when they run for president. They look for right?
Yeah, because it's a powerful role. Listen, I think the second somebody runs for a role that's so powerful, you just make instant enemies, I guess. It's sad, but it's true. Look at what his family did. Or they know because he's such a high profile that all these people were these opportunists, these scumbags that are trying to make money off of books and off of interviews for all these TV stations to just get this information out. And it's probably lies. It's probably lies. It's for sure on a lot of their, on their part. But it's sad. It's sad. And I wouldn't want to be in politics. Some people have approached me on a very, very small level, but it is elected positions. They're elected positions. But I will tell you, the one that I was really seriously considering a while back last year was the school board, where my kids went to school and go to school. And I was very passionate about it because it affected my life significantly, what was going on at the school district. Sure. And when I was asked, because I had gone to school board meetings and spoke up as a parent, that made me really want to do it even more and be a voice for people that I know need it, because you see women talking about how their kids are being treated at schools and the bullying and the unsafe schools, right? So that's why I want to ask Tommy too. That's going to be one of my questions is with, maybe what did your life experiences hold, your background that made you so passionate about this? Because I think when we run for something like that or dip our toe in, throw our hat in, whatever you want to say, you are putting yourself out there for criticism and scrutiny, and lies. So something in him or something he's been through or has lived through has got to be one of the reasons he's doing this. And then just the need for it and just to be a voice for people.
And so just like you said, right. When you put yourself, Carol, like you said, when you put yourself out there, you're going to get credit. When I started this thing, I did it for fun and I got a lot of shit too. Sure. It just is what it is, but I understand, and if you feel like you have some words to say, I think it's important. Boyd says Jasmine Crockett tells it like it is. Now, I don't know who Jasmine Crockett is, so I might have to listen to her there. Do you know who she is or he is?
Oh God. I don't know if she's on the House. I don't know if she's in the House at all. I'm not 100. I've heard her name a million times. I have to look her up to see. But if Boyd is the one saying she tells it like it is, I'm assuming I'm not going to like her.
Yeah, good point. Good point. But you know what? I will. Yeah, right. Go ahead, Carol. You will listen to her. You're going to look her up.
I'm going to look her up because I think that's only fair. But listen, you know how funny this is? I've been going through my memes. You know how I tell you late at night when I'm half asleep waiting for my shit to kick in, I look through memes and I save them. This one fits exactly what you were just saying. If you aren't willing to look like a foolish beginner, you'll never become a graceful master. Embarrassment is the cost of entry. So this is the fact. If you put yourself out there to do something you've never done before, which I commend you for, I commend anybody for doing it, to get on a podcast and start doing something and putting yourself out there, because everybody's going to have an opinion. We know this, the keyboard warriors, right? Yeah. And you're putting yourself out there. And in the beginning, it's hard because it might be a little embarrassing. This is all new to you. And, you're talking about your life and your personal experiences. But I think that is the cost of getting in and doing what you do and doing it well. And you're going to get embarrassed and you're going to be, people are going to put you out there on blast, so to speak. So I think it's the cost of entry. So I believe that to be true.
I think it's true too. It makes
Yeah.
thank you for that. It makes
Yeah.
sense when anybody's out there, even when these people like yourself, Carol, too,
Mhm.
come out here and open your mouth and say what you want to say and believe. And even these people that are watching my show every day, even me and Boyd, we know, and you as well. We're not on the same political thing, but we're watching.
Yeah.
See, we're trying to do something, and and that's all that matters. We're trying to do something,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if more people can talk, look, if you and Boyd can talk
Yeah.
about this, why can't any person sit down and just talk about, hey man, okay, I got it. You don't like it, I don't like it. Let's move to the next topic. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
should be that. It should be that simple. It
I
should be that
agree.
simple.
I agree. Yeah. I like to find common ground. When I'm talking to people that I disagree with, that's just who I am. I like to find common ground. You look for
Yeah,
it. You try to,
yeah.
I want to hear something that I agree with or partially agree with, or I can actually, think about and find that common ground. You know what I mean? Because I have an open mind. When you have people like what we're seeing going on right now that they're ruining the monuments for Charlie Kirk, they're putting paint on it. They don't have an open mind. These people have no idea how to have a discussion. So you're
No.
right at that point. You're kind of out of the game. If you can't have a discussion, then we're done. At least for me.
Well, right. I agree with you 100%. And also, guys, if you think about it, when people have these shows, sometimes they're on a couple hours here and there and they talk,
Yeah.
they have to fill all that space.
Right.
They have to come up with stuff to say, whether sometimes it's good, sometimes,
True.
but if it gets somebody go, boy, that guy's a jerk off, or
Right.
someone said, boy, Tony said something actually funny today. Then I did my job. Then I'm
Yep.
doing my job, and Carol's
Agreed.
doing her job.
Agreed.
So David says she's a Democrat. Okay. Now Helen says she's a horrible person. But okay, so we got all the people's whatchamacallit, but I will look her up because Boyd says I'm just going to listen to her and see what she's got to say.
Sure.
Nothing wrong with guys for opening it up and try to listen what they have to say. Jeff Hunt, I hope you're doing well. There you go. All right. So there you go. We're starting a little whatchamacallit online here. All right. We got Tommy McIntosh. So let's bring him on, Rooks, right after, ladies and gentlemen, the JRC Ace Hardware Minute brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware. This is the weather for Thursday, the 18th of September. It's 79 degrees right now, folks. Feels like 48 humidity out there, 2-mile-an-hour winds. It is sunny, nice day out, folks. No rain in the forecast today, and that's brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Store. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. All right, bringing on, folks. He's in the green room waiting, and we're going to bring him on. Our friend, Mr. Tommy McIntosh, is running for state senate for the 33rd district. Let's get him on here, folks.
How are you guys?
Come on. Let's see if there we go. It slid over. This could go. This could be good. Here he is.
Good to see you guys.
Tommy McIntosh. How you doing, sir? Good.
I'm doing good. I appreciate the invite. We all kind of know the same people and grew up the same way, so it's good to speak and kind of put a forum out there and kind of talk about what's happening. I think Illinois, which everybody knows, Illinois is just falling apart all over the place. So people that ask me, which being out there, people ask, why are you running? And I'm like, there's really nothing happening in with new faces in Illinois politics. It's kind of the same old thing. So I decided a few months back to run for state senate. I'm just one person. There's 59 senators in this state, and kind of bring something together and get people together where we can all come to a common ground and put some money back in the people's pockets in this state, even the businesses. I mean, they're getting hammered with taxes left and right. So I've been working with some other people, and it's been going good. It's been going good. There's a lot of great response out there.
Well, you know what? It takes guts to what you're doing. I think Carol was going to ask you that too. What was the main? Go ahead, Carol. Ask her what you would say. Why you wanted to get into it.
Well, I mean, I just think there's so much. Tommy and I know each other. I mean, we have acquaintances. We have mutual acquaintances, mutual friends from a long time ago. We never really knew each other very well. But when I saw that he was running and I had slightly dipped my toe into just thinking about anything political in Springfield that my job has allowed me to go to. And I just asked him, I ran into a couple times out and about and just said, I'm very interested to hear what's going on. Why are you running? What are you running for? How serious are you?
Yeah.
got to know
Yeah,
him, and I
it's
just think he's a
interesting.
great guy.
Yeah, I'm a
know?
conservative. I am Republican. I would have to say that, with the state's fiscal crisis, at some point, if they don't address fixing this the right way, we're in some serious trouble. A lot of people, a lot of businesses that I've been, my district 33 starts halfway through Geneva, cuts through St. Charles, and goes all the way north up to Woodstock. It's one of the biggest districts, one of the most influential, as in for businesses and residents. There are a lot of people that are coming here from the city to escape. The city has its own problems, which we all know of. But my plan and what I want to do is I want to get new businesses here and keep businesses here. The problem is I've been out and about I've actually hit a lot of businesses last week, and their first thing is we can't do this anymore with the taxes. They can't afford the property taxes. They're getting taxed. Every corner they turn, they're getting taxed. And Tony, you're seeing it a lot of these restaurants too are hurting. They're not in good shape. So people are like, well, how do you want to approach this? And to be honest with you, it's kind of putting a coalition of people together where I would love to win this seat and build from that, because one person can't just come along and put this all together. We have a governor now who is basically, he's a socialist, and even his rhetoric is all negative. It has nothing to do with helping the citizens of this state. The budget shortfall we had last year, which is another example of his financial mismanagement, we were short $2.65 billion. And a lot of that money was actually given to these migrants that they're placing all over the state. And so I just think it's unfair. I think it's unfair for somebody to go to work every day, come home and want to take care of their family, and then you see your tax dollars getting thrown all over the place for people who shouldn't be here to begin with. So my plan would be to really start with the property taxes and try to reduce these things, or create a plan where we could reform this. It's insane. It really is.
Well, Tommy, what I don't understand is even the people that are the liberal Democrats, their taxes are going up too. Doesn't bother them?
Well, that's the thing. Here's the thing. So I've had people ask me, so what do you think we could do here? Well, right now you have a legislature and Senate where it's controlled by the Democrats, and you have a governor who's a Democrat. So it's out of control. And everything they do, it has nothing to do with helping the citizens. And if you see what they're doing, like out here where I'm at in Kane County and DuPage County, the property taxes have gone up, I think, in the past 5 or 6 years, 20-30%. So and when you talk to these people, they really just look at you like everything's going to be just fine, but it's not. You have in one of the forums or groups of people I know with real estate agents out here in the western suburbs, anyone selling their home over 50 years old, I'm going to say probably 60% of them, they're relocating to either North Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, or different states that have lower property taxes and lower taxes and everything else. So we're losing a lot of great residents, and we're losing a lot of businesses where they're just like, hey, we just don't want to do this anymore. And it's common sense. They just don't want to do it.
Well, you got a couple of people. Boyd said, if the rich don't pony up taxes, why should we be expected to? And then he goes, Washington isn't doing anything for the common man.
Well, here's the problem with the taxes. Illinois has got the highest property taxes in the 50 states. There's a problem here. The problem is the pension system here is out of control. I'm going to say, in the numbers I've read, I think 45 or 50% of our property taxes go to keep these pensions intact. So in the last report I'd seen last month, I think we pay out, it's over $60 billion in all these different pensions, and there's only $6 billion to cover it. So they're patching a shredded tire. And it's crazy because people will attack me. They're going to attack anyone running for office, but I'm just here to bring common sense to Springfield, and the numbers just don't match up. They don't. And so people ask me, well, what's your plan? Like I said, I would love to build a group of people with businesses, attracting new businesses here, and building the state up to what it used to be. Because Illinois and Chicago were the economic hub of the country, right in the middle of the country for many years, and now it's falling apart.
Sure. Yeah, it's a laughing stock when I go other places. Oh, Chicago. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. It really is. Francine, in Tennessee, our property taxes went from $18,000 a year, and now in St. Charles to $3,500 a year for a house that costs the same amount of money. A lot of people are talking about that. It makes a lot of sense. But you know what?
And the thing is,
Tommy, when you got, go ahead. I'm sorry,
Tony. Here's the thing. There's somebody right there that's I live in St. Charles. It's the same. I hear this from a lot of people that could be my constituents. These people are paying, and mind you, there's a lot of older people out here that are retired over their 60s, right? Over 60. They're saying we have to go back to work. I can't afford to spend $1,500 a month on property taxes when, they're like, we wanted to retire here. And so they just move on and they go to Tennessee, which you could see this other woman here. She's done. They're done. And you can't blame them. You can't.
What about school reform? You talked about that being one of your platforms as well. What are you working on? With
the other thing is too, is a lot of our, and this goes back to the funding too. I think that our school system needs more money in reform. There are programs out there, but when you look at a statewide average of the reading levels being what they are, it's horrible. And this goes down to, again, Springfield's just not paying attention to our children, our future. It really comes down to they just don't care. And I'm not going to say all of them. There's a lot of great people down there that are fighting like I would, but you're up against a Goliath. You're up against something. They want the establishment to stay where they are, and they want to keep it the same way as they've been doing this for many years. And the school systems in Illinois, you could see they've pulled so much funding out to pay for these different programs for migrants, the free healthcare, the free phones, the free hotels. This should be going to people going to work every day, paying their taxes and coming home and saying, you know what, I'm getting what I'm paying for, but you're not. You're not.
Mm-hmm.
Even at what they did to the veterans. They took some of these veterans out of some of these homes, these hotels, and they were staying to bring in these migrants. It's just crazy. But Tom, what do you say to your family when, hey, I'm going to run for politics. I'm going to run when you're doing this. And now look what happens to Charlie Kirk. Here's a guy speaking his mind. Why? Doesn't that bother you?
I did run this by a retired state senator who's from our area, and I said, "Hey, look, I'm thinking of running." This was earlier in the year, and he did say, "Why don't you get your head examined?" That's what he said, and he was very blunt. He was very blunt about it. And then I mentioned it to a few other people involved in politics, Republican Party, and they kind of said the same thing. It's just such a disaster. Even the Republican Party, which I am. I'm a Republican. I'm very conservative. I believe we all deserve our conservative. Your guns, your religion, everything. These Democrats have turned everything just upside down. But a lot of these people had said, well, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't run. But, if we don't do anything, it's just going to go down the drain. Mm-hmm. It's happening. Illinois, I think U-Haul has posted, it was just about 6 or 7 weeks ago, the amount of people leaving Illinois, it's in the thousands. It's monthly, weekly, yearly. I think Illinois has lost a couple 100,000 people a year in the past few years. So
I think they were leaving by 300 people a day or something. They said they were leaving Illinois during 2020, during the pandemic. It's for the younger generation that you're also worried about. Also for our retirement or with taxes, it's like you're saying, Tommy, it is just crazy right now. And I don't know. Let's see. There's an attack on Republican politicians right now. It's scary. And like I asked you before, when I asked you before when we were not on we weren't live, the hate that we have in this world right now between the Democrats and the Republicans. If it was another Republican president, if it was not Donald Trump, you think it'd be as crazy as it still is?
No, I don't. I think the thing that I mentioned to you before we went on the air was I think Donald Trump, he awoke in the masses to the reality of what's going on. I was just in Washington, D.C. about 6-7 weeks ago. Beautiful place. It's great. I was invited to the White House. I had a great time there. What he did was he said to the people, you are getting hosed here. And he just basically says it bluntly, just like that. And people don't want to hear the truth. But look at all the waste they've uncovered in the past year since he's been in office. The USAID program. I mean, this isn't millions, it's billions of dollars. So this is what they're doing with our money. They're taking all this money in and throwing it to all these special interest programs. It's out of control. So I think with his bluntness, he's a businessman. He's a real estate investor. He's built his empire for many years. He's just saying it like it is. And for many years, a lot of these politicians, they weren't saying much. They were just sweeping it under the rug. And then when I even remember when Ross Perot ran, I mean, they attack anyone who wants to break up the swamp. And it's what it is.
Tommy, what do you think is going to be one of your biggest challenges running? Like what Democrats running against you? What do you perceive?
So I don't know who's running on the Democrat side because we're in the petition phase where we're getting our signatures to be on the ballot. I have a few other people that are running. I really don't know who they are, but I've been in politics for a while here. So, we'll see what happens. I've met a lot of people who like what I have to offer, and I can't look. And I'm not this typical person that's going to make all these promises. I mean, this is building something where we can grow on, where we can get conservative people going down to Springfield and say, "Hey, we got to say no to this stuff." I mean, they're passing these bills that are just catastrophic on our economy. I think the last budget, I think we're over $55 billion. It's crazy. It really is. And now the tollway, here's another program, the tollway, they want to institute a new progressive toll program. So if you're driving during the rush in the morning or the rush hour in the afternoon, you're going to pay a higher toll. So they're looking at any way to grab any penny, any dollar out of your pocket that they can, because they can't sustain this throwing of the money away that they've been doing for so many years. Mind you, let's go into this too. I just spoke at a group last week and I said, we've instituted this new gaming thing, right? We have these games, these video slots all over the state. Okay. You have that, you have all the dispensaries, all this millions of dollars is flowing in and they still can't balance a budget. So there's a problem with the spending. It really is. It's out of control.
That makes sense because they didn't have the gaming money before. They didn't have the dispensaries before. All that money coming in, they should be able to put it in. Now it's greed. I know Jimmy Hammer saying greed. I got it. Who do you have as a Republican for governor? Oh, who would be your pick if you had to pick one, Tommy?
I really don't know right now. There's a few people I like. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on what's happening. We need a strong candidate who's going to put up a resistance to this craziness that Pritzker's put along the way for so long. I mean, it's crazy.
He's also going to need deep pockets though too to go against Pritzker.
Exactly, deep pockets. But I think here you have the city of Chicago. You have this new Flip Red group, the Chicago Flips Red. They're spreading their word and it's spreading all over the city because a lot of these people in the city have said, hey, you've been using us, the Democrats have been using us for so many years as pawns for all your craziness. And when they put these migrants all over the city, these people are like, wait a minute, what about my child? What about their education? What about our homes? And now I think you're going to see a very large amount, a very high percentage of voters go red in Chicago. As for the governor's race, I think people are onto this craziness with him finally, and they're like, we just can't do this anymore. And I think it's going to come out of the city. I think the city's going to be a key this time with a lot of Republican votes coming out of there.
I think so too, because if people do remember, if you look at the election, which Donald Trump only lost by like 6 or 7 points in Illinois, if you think about it. And
if you look at the votes, we just had a forum there where he had so many votes, but a lot of the residents here, the whole state is really upside down financially. They can tell you all they want that we did this, we did that, but the day he signed the budget in, the next morning you wake up, we were already $1 billion in the hole already. So, and I hear this, and for example, like I think it was a year and a half ago, they pulled $200 million out of our $500 million road fund, and they used it for the migrant program. So they're just taking money and shuffling it around all over the place, while you and I I think everybody in this state is struggling. I think people are just like, hey, the property taxes, and then you want to tax this and you want to tax that. People are like, I can't do this anymore. And you don't want to sound negative, but it's the reality of what's happening. It really is.
Tommy, have you heard anything more about them trying to tax how many miles you drive your car? You heard about this? Governor Pritzker said he's going to tax how many miles you drive. I mean, what they're going to try to do whatever they can to make more money.
Believe me, I'll tell you this: if we keep this administration going, what we have in Illinois, and the same group of people, the establishment, they would pass that. I don't know where that's at right now. There was a lot of talk about it, but that would be. I think we're in such a bad spot now. That would just be the dagger. You can't tax people the mileage they're paying. The tolls are crazy already. Now they want to raise the tolls. Now let's just look at the taxes. Now you have a lot of insurance carriers also leaving Illinois because they don't want to sustain all this craziness here either, and so. A lot of people, their homeowners insurance, their car insurance, I'm sure it's affected you guys. I mean, my homeowners insurance went up almost 40%, 50%. My car insurance went up 35%. So at some point, people are going to say, okay, I can't do it.
Yep.
And now they want to tax
It's a sad thing.
deliveries.
And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
They do? They what? I'm sorry.
Now they're taxing
what were you saying, Tommy? I'm sorry.
Deliveries. They're taxing everything. And in the last bill, it's horrible what they're doing. And it's sad because when you go out and talk to people, they're like, we've cut back. I have friends of mine who are doing very well, and real estate slowed down. Different things have slowed down quite a bit. They're all cutting back because they're trying to sustain and keep their houses intact with all the different fees they're incurring.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I just decided, you know what,
Yes.
and you know what, I'm telling you, it's just time for people like me. I owned a business in Arizona. We had a great run. We owned a dealership in downtown Phoenix. I could not open that business here in Illinois because it wouldn't be worth my time with the taxes and the regulations. Our business was in downtown Phoenix. We had a great run. We were there for 15, 16 years. It did very well. But if I were to do that in Illinois, it'd be a waste of my time. It wouldn't be worth by the time you're paying out all your bills and your fees and all the insurance things, it's just not worth it. And I've heard this from other dealers here they're pretty big dealers, but they're like, we're thinking about moving our headquarters to Wisconsin or Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are going to Wisconsin and Indiana.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
So,
Carol, you got anything else for Tommy?
No, I just.
Before he goes, I know he's a busy man.
How important do you think it is for your campaign? What's your main concern about your campaign? Door to door, where I was talking about earlier, getting out there, talking to people one-on-one. What has been helpful to you so far? What do you think?
Well, we're building the website. We've had some different things happening and taking care of. And so we built the Facebook platform we have a lot of great response with that. I'm working on the website. I'm going to try and get that finished up within the next week or so. But I think the old school door-to-door campaigning is the way to go because people want to see who they're dealing with, right? They want to see who they're going to vote for if they do want to vote for you. I've been going door-to-door. I have to tell you, I haven't really had much rejection. You will get that in anything you do, but a lot of the people are just all on board because they're like, I mean, these people want to have me in for coffee and dinner by the time I start talking with them. It gets to that point because they're like, at least somebody's thinking along a logical line of changing things. Is it risky? Absolutely. People are going to attack me. Absolutely. But I'm not here to start wars with anybody. I'm just trying to create something where people could say, I'm going to stay in Illinois. I'm going to keep my business here and try to figure this out. But if we can continue going on this path, it's just not going to work out well. I mean, a lot of financial investors I watch or different people, hedge fund guys, different people who watch all the states, right? Illinois is on the top of the list, number one for insolvency and collapsing with the pension system. They just can't do it. And so, and I'm talking real stuff here. And people don't want to hear that,
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't. But the thing is that the Democrats should be scared too because it will affect them.
Exactly.
When this pension, everything goes down.
I've said to people,
maybe not Pritzker, but it will a lot of Democrats.
This has been a long run for a long time where the money has just been thrown out the door. They never step back. a lot of law enforcement agencies now, if you go to other states, when they hire new recruits, are going to the 401k plan because they're looking at how this system has worked in Illinois, where the out of control spending. So they're going to different plans for retirement because they see where Illinois is at. So there's a lot of things on the table. There's a lot of ways to fix this. You just got to get the right people in there to do it. And I'm one of them. I mean, I believe that this can turn around. It's just getting the right people behind you, because one person can't do it. It's part of, you want to build a platform on a group of people, business people, residents, even union people. Like, you talk to these people, like, and build something where people can say, we got to put this place back on track because we're going off the rails. Illinois. I mean, every day you see the news.
Yeah, and when it hits.
The other thing too is you have a lot.
When it hits,
even like with the law enforcement.
When it hits, just like you said, it's gonna hit hard.
Yeah,
Tommy, you're absolutely right.
So
when it hits, people then are going to say, "Holy shit! Why didn't we do anything?" Well, they've been trying to get this to change, but nobody wants to. It's not my problem. Right. I don't live in the city. It'll never affect me. But that's wrong.
Well, the city is weighing down the suburbs, and I don't think the city. I think it's unfair that a lot of people in the suburbs are now this tax where they want to rescue the RTA. They want to rescue this. That's the city's problem. That's not our problem. I mean, and public transportation has really diminished quite a bit. In fact, it's unsafe to go on public transportation these days. But that's what they're doing, and they're throwing millions and billions of dollars at this, and it's not fair to the suburban people. It's not fair at all.
Yeah. Well, you got my vote, and I guess people have been saying too, it makes a lot of sense, folks. We need a change. We definitely, because it's our state, it's our city, it's our suburbs. Like I said, the state is hurting Chicago. The city's coming down and taking away from the suburbs, and sometimes the suburbs just don't need to have to worry about this public transportation. Just like you said, it's none of our business. But of course, it goes downhill, and the suburbs is where we're from, is where we're going to get hit. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and the other thing is too.
So let's look for
you have your show. You're all around the restaurants and different things, and the people I talk to, most people tell me they want to get the hell out of here. That's what I hear, and it's sad. It's very sad.
Let's hope. Again, we want to thank Tommy McIntosh. Thank you, sir. Running for state senate of the 33rd district. Keep doing what you're trying, Tommy.
Thank you, guys.
Keep knocking and knock on doors, and we wish you the best of luck. If we can help you in any way, please let us know.
Yes,
let us know.
I would love to. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Tommy.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy McIntosh said, running for Senate 33 district. We're trying to play. There you go. Well, Carol, like I said, here's a local guy that's trying to do the right thing and trying to spread the word and trying to get start caring about the city of Chicago and the suburbs and the state of Illinois the way it is. It's a pretty scary thing. What did you think of I love his answers. He wasn't like, well, I'm going to do this and this is going to happen. Right. Here's a guy just trying to, hey guys, we need help.
Exactly. Demeanor matters, and how you speak matters. And I think, like he said, by the time he's ready to leave, they're inviting him in for dinner and coffee. That's because I think relatability is seriously one of the most important things when it comes to electing somebody. You have to going door to door is important because they want to be able to relate to you. They want to hear your stories. They want to see if you're genuine. A lot of people can see right through the bullshit. So to me, like I said, I don't know him extremely well, but he seems just very genuine, and I've always heard people speak highly of him. And to me, word of mouth is so important because, people have different opinions all over the place. I've only heard good things, and he's had a, very good demeanor and a good personality and a genuine guy. So if people, I wanted to ask him if people wanted to join or contribute eventually to a campaign. We'll get some information out there to see if they want to help him financially to, build up his campaign. I think that'll be something important. We can get him on again, maybe later on when he is actually running and, he needs the funds to build.
I agree. That's a great idea. So, that's a great idea. I agree with you on that. Just the thought, Carol, just like you said, that someone actually wants to go door to door these days
Yep.
Because you don't know what you're going to get when that open that door.
No, you don't.
Just that the guy's got enough balls to say, hey, I'm going to go door to door and talk to people.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah.
You got to give the guy credit just for that. And
Absolutely.
I like his demeanor. I like the things he's got to say. He's always been a stand-up guy. Like I said, I didn't know Tommy that well, but we have a lot of mutual friends.
Right.
And he's just a great guy. And I think he's going to do very good for the state of Illinois and Chicago, which is cool. It's 1 o'clock. You know what that means, Carol. We want to just say again, thank you to Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street. Jack Vayner Landscaping. Great seeing you, Tommy. Don't forget to check them out, man. They do everything. Big fall cleanup and all the stuff you need for your landscaping. Give them a call at 847-432-5266. And my good friend Wendy and Craig from Imperialux, becoming your own bank. It's that simple. Making your dream retirement a reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Talk to them. Give Wendy and Craig a call at 630-890-1213. Interesting, guys. Don't forget now, Saturday we will be at, I'm going to start off the afternoon by the sister cities. Elk Grove, the town of Elk Grove's got their town parade. We're going to be on the Sister Cities float, which is part of the Gulo International. Gulo owns most of the real estate in Schaumburg and in Elk Grove. So we'll be performing, me and Tony O, on that float from 2 to 4. And then, folks, I got in the car and rushed to Lake Geneva, Wisconsin by 6 o'clock to do 6 to 9 getaway in Wisconsin. And Sunday we'll be at the Kenosha Italian Fest. Next Wednesday, Rosario's in Roselle. Next Thursday, Positano's in Oak Brook with Lisa P. and Jerry Jams. Of course, also we'll be at Taverna on the 27th. Love going to see Greg and Jennifer. Taverna on Division in Melrose Park. October 5th will be at Dolce Restaurants in Scottsdale, Arizona. And don't forget the Columbus Day Parade, October 13th. And Tony Ocean and Friends happening November 9th. We'll give you ticket information coming up soon. Also, Natalie's breads, my sister-in-law's Mama D's breads are available. Pumpkin, apple spice, caramel apple, pumpkin chocolate chip. $11 a piece for a regular size, $6 for mini, or 2 for $10. Contact Natalie on Messenger. Call at 875-0400. It's good, folks. We got some birthdays, not that many today. Anne Bancroft, what a great actress. Mrs. Robinson, Faces and the Who. Robert Downey Jr., great actor. Rodney McDowell, another great actor. Cassandra played Elvira. You gotta love her. She's celebrating her birthday. 76 years old, and today Wile E. from Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, the cartoon we were kids, 76 years old. Oh boy, what else do we Bon Jovi and Richie Zambora are supposed to be reuniting and going on a big tour in 2026. We'll see if that's actually going to happen. Congratulations to the Chicago Cubs. Congratulations to Chicago Cubs. And congratulations to Jimmy Kimball losing his job. And that's it. So wait a minute. Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Don't forget to download the Ace app. All new Ace app downloads receive a $10 coupon just for downloading the app. Buy local, shop local, and our friends from Ace Hardware. Carol, again, we want to thank Tommy McIntosh, running for state senator, 33rd district. I think it was pretty good. Everything went good today. And you're okay? Everything is good?
Yeah, I'm good. I just parting words today because everything's been so serious lately, and it needs to be. But I saw a relationship status, and it made me laugh. And this was it. My pinky toe gets banged more than I do, and that's just a waste of talent.
That's a good one. Or I told my suitcase that there will be no more vacation this year. Now I'm dealing with emotional baggage. Oh man.
Yes.
I gotta laugh.
I need to laugh. Yeah.
We gotta laugh, guys. Guys, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to everybody out there, folks. Like I said, if you're offended with this show or any other show, turn the channel. Don't watch it. Don't go crazy. Just turn the channel like we do our television and radio every day. And guys, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. Ringo Starr says peace and love. And Carol, thank you so much. Everybody, thank you. Be back tomorrow on Friday. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Nick Sahajas, Piano Man, take us out live from London, England.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Thank you very much, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot. Laura Ocean might be coming on live tomorrow from her mystery spot. Sometimes you need to get away a little bit. And so hopefully she'll be jumping on the show for a little bit tomorrow. Guys, have an incredible day. God bless you. Peace and love.